Hey everybody, Will here, salesperson at Smith & Associates. I'm going to be diving into some of the best stories from the week in electronic supply chain, of which there are quite a few. The global PC market has dipped quite a bit. PC sales went down 30% this quarter overall, and Apple PCs in particular went down even more to 40%. PCs are particularly vulnerable to layoffs and consumer demand fall off. The only real cohort this is going to be good for are folks who are still in the memory or storage market. Samsung only recently cut memory production, and there's still a fair amount of product that's new and available on the market for anyone who can still go for a deal. Nikkei Asia had a great expose on how small boutique trading firms were bringing U.S. chips into Russia against sanctions. Much of the componentry that Russia needs for their advanced weapon systems does involve U.S. chips. Much of this information was provided by an Indian trading firm. As Intel pushes ahead into the world of foundry services, they're finding they're going to have to work outside of x86. So their next process, 18A, is going to be built will also suit ARM processors. Virtually all mobile devices, Apple hardware, and AWS hardware is powered by ARM. If Intel hopes to regain their competitive edge in foundries, they're going to need to create ARM-suitable services. Apple has sought to diversify production as most MacBooks are produced in China. Their first pick has been Vietnam, but their suppliers are pitching Thailand given their proximity to Vietnam and how quick customs between countries can operate. Apple apparently isn't sold yet, and Vietnamese MacBook production will start in the first half of this year. In some indirect news, the EPA has a new proposal for emissions in the United States. This is likely to have knock-on effects to the semiconductor industry because battery electric vehicles, the most popular zero-emissions vehicle type in the United States, uses, if I recall correctly, between 4 and 20 times the semiconductors as an ICE vehicle. This new proposal requires emissions as low as 82 grams per mile for the entire volume of production for a brand, not a fleet average that averages every model equally. To break it down even further, Tesla is the only manufacturer in the United States that currently meets these requirements. These recs will trickle in from 2027 to 2032. A state mining firm in the Congo has received $75 million in funding to produce semiconductor materials. The plant will produce copper, zinc, germanium, and cobalt products. EVs and advanced electronic production have created more demand for rare earth minerals, of which the Congo is resource rich. What makes this a unique effort is that this mining company will be producing these products themselves, not selling raw materials into a foreign organization. The U.S. CHIPS Act has been great for U.S. companies, but foreign firms have taken some issues with its stipulations. TSMC, the world's largest semiconductor contract manufacturer, has questions regarding how much information is involved in the application process for chips, as well as the profit-sharing aspect of the agreement. The concerns being that the application process could reveal confidential information, and the profit-sharing agreement could reduce growth. This isn't really unique, as South Korean memory manufacturers Samsung and SK Hynix have also expressed concerns, as has the EU's Commerce Commissioner. State-owned chip manufacturer Rapidus has received another $2.3 billion subsidy. This is going to go to their Hokkaido plant, which is working on production-ready 2-nanometer chips by 2027. Japan has also offered subsidies to TSMC, for which Denso and Sony own minor stakes in, but it was a much smaller sum. This is a significant amount of money, but Rapidus's goals are pretty lofty. If you have questions about any of the stories that I discussed today, or there's a specific product family that's given you trouble, please give me a call or send me an email. Discussing changes in the semiconductor market is probably the most fun aspect of my job. All right, until next week, take care.